Well, that was not what I expected. What the heck did I just sit through? It was a damn kids musical with rainbow-colored trolls farting glitter and singing about rainbows. Marcus found the movie far more entertaining than he should have. I wanted to drill my own ears out. And Valerian glared at the screen the entire time, not impressed. But the girls loved it. I was with my boy, definitely not my cup of tea. "Will you stop sniffing her? You're creeping me out," I snap at Marcus as he places Casey back in the car. She fell asleep towards the end of the movie and he had to carry her out. "I need to know the soap Everly and Casey's mothers use. The smell makes my mouth water," he says, sniffing her hair again. "Or maybe it's her shampoo? Or detergent even," he muses. "There's something wrong with you," I tell him, and he growls at me. The sound makes Casey jolt awake as he clips on her seatbelt before climbing into the passenger seat. Marcus starts humming and singing along as Taylor belts out one of the songs from the movie. I raise an eyebrow at him. "What? It's catchy," he says, bellowing out the song like he was auditioning for The Voice. His hands move like he's orchestrating the damn musical. We stop at the traffic lights and I nearly jump out of my skin when he tries to hit some high note, and the girls in the back stick their fingers in their ears. I turn my head to look at him. "What is wrong with you?" "Do you think it has a soundtrack?" he asks. I'm about to say no, not wanting to hear a single one of those prancing troll songs again, when Casey leans forward between the seats.
"Yeah, it has one on Spotify. You can download it. Mom downloaded it for me."
Marcus turns, blinking at her before a devious smile splits his face and he hands his phone to her. "No," I tell him, before suddenly Casey is using the voice commands on his phone. Next thing I know, it's fucking blaring through my car speakers. I growl, while they all bop along to the lyrics I know would be stuck in my head on repeat for the next few days. "Right, that's it. I'm dropping you off at home," I tell Marcus, unable to take much more of him encouraging the girls to belt out each track. I pull up out front and he pouts. "Out," I tell him, and he turns, ruffling Valerian's hair. My son growls, trying to fix it. Marcus turns to the girls. "Got any more movie recommendations?"
"Frozen! Frozen!"
they chant.
"It has a singing snowman,"
Casey tells them. "It's a movie date. Also, ask your mother what detergent she uses. I need to get me some of that," he says, and Casey sniffs herself.
"Huh?"
"Your clothes," he says, before reaching over and tugging on her braid. She sniffs it.
"Huh?"
"Maybe ask about which shampoo, too."
"Okay, weirdo,"
Casey says, and he jams his fingers in her underarm, making her giggle. "What's that? Huh? What'd you call me?"
"Fine, fine. You're not weird,"
she shrieks as he tickles her. "That's right. I am awesome and way cooler than Mr. Cranky Pants here," he sings before punching my shoulder. Casey and Taylor giggle before he hops out. I shake my head, making my way back to the hotel. I now have to take Everly to the doctor, even if it means throwing her over my shoulder and dragging her ass out kicking and screaming. She's going. Pulling up at the hotel, I see Zoe waiting out front. I had messaged Everly when I left the cinema to let her know I was on my way over, so I'm a little pissed that she isn't waiting when her appointment is in 15 minutes. Getting out of the car, Zoe is already at the door and retrieving her daughter, and she unclips Valerian's belt before I have a chance to even get to him. "Where's Everly?" I ask.
"In the kitchens, helping the chef prepare for the dinner rush. Did they behave?"
"Yeah, of course. Everly's appointment?" Zoe bites her lip before pointing toward the restaurant, clearly reading the stern look on my face. I grunt.
"I don't think she's going. She said she had to wait for an electrician, though Macy said she would handle it. Also, the dinner rush is approaching, and she has to sort out next week's rosters. We have a few off sick at the moment."
I slam the door, which makes Zoe jump. I didn't mean to startle her, but I'm livid. I specifically told her what time, and she insists on working rather than looking after her health. You all right with Valerian for a few hours?
Of course. He can help me in the children's playgroup.
Valerian sulks.
Why can't I come with you and Mom?
He asks, and my heart twinges at his upset face. Because Daddy is about to drag your mommy to the doctors kicking and screaming, I tell him.
But she said she'd go,
Valerian says. I sigh, and Zoe shrugs before grabbing both of their hands.
Good luck,
she calls over her shoulder as I stalk toward the restaurant. She's certainly gotten friendlier. I shove the doors open, walking into the kitchen to find Everly rushing around doing goddess knows what. Everly, I call out to her, and she looks up. The entire kitchen also stops and looks over at me.
Busy, not now,
she says, turning back to her task of helping the chef. Nope, I growl, knowing she's planning on ignoring me. I walk over to the steel table she's stationed at before grabbing the knife from her hand. I can see the wide-eyed kitchen hands looking at me, but she's going. It isn't up for discussion.
What do you think you're doing?
She snaps at me, trying to reach for the knife I pried from her grip. I toss it in the sink. You have an appointment.
Reschedule. I'm busy,
she growls. And if looks could kill, she would have turned me to dust. Good thing they don't. I growl back at her, then grab her around the waist as she starts to reach for another knife from the block before tossing her over my shoulder.
Valen, stop!
She shrieks before punching my back as I start walking out.
Don't you dare! This is humiliating. I work here. Put me down.
Are you going to walk?
I told you I'm busy. We're down 3 people today.
Wrong answer, I tell her, before stalking out into the restaurant. Luckily for her, it isn't full, though I wouldn't have cared if it was.
I'll walk. I will goddamn walk.
I ignore her, shoving the door open. I'm honestly enjoying the view of her ass in my face. If only she were sitting on it.
Valen, stop. I said I would walk.
Nope, I don't trust you, I tell her. I'm halfway to my car when I feel her teeth sink into my back. "Aw, you damn cannibal!" I snap at her before biting her ass. I must say, I enjoyed her shriek more than I should as she rubs her plump ass. I swat her hand away, wanting to rub it myself, which earns me a growl as I run my hand over her butt. Don't bite unless you want to be bitten back, I tell her as I open my car door.
I can feel it bruising,
she snarls before I deposit her in the passenger seat. I slam the door and point at her through the glass. Move and I will put you over my knee if I have to, I warn her. She looks at me before realizing what I said. The look of horror on her face is comical.
You wouldn't,
she says, her eyes narrowing. I would, I tell her, before opening her door again. Go on, run and find out, Everly, I dare her. She looks like she's seriously considering it. I clip her seatbelt in when she folds her arms across her chest and glares out the windshield. Good choice. I spank hard, I tell her, pecking her cheek and side of her mouth.
You are crossing the line, Valen Solace.
And you are getting on my last damn nerve. Do I need to make you pinky promise from now on? She rolls her eyes, and I shut the door before climbing into the driver's seat.
Wait, where's Valerian?
Zoe, I answer, starting the car. By the way, we're going to the registry tomorrow. I'm changing his last name.
Like hell you are.
Hyphenate it then. Either way, he's getting my name, I tell her, pulling out of the parking lot. She didn't bother arguing after that, and remained quiet the rest of the trip. When I pull up at my hotel, she looks at me.
I thought we were going to an appointment.
We are. The pack doctor is coming here, I tell her, and she glares at me.
No,
she huffs. Suit yourself, I tell her, getting out and walking around to open her door. Which is it, Everly? I carry you or you walk? Her canines slip out and her eyes blaze with her fury.
I will walk,
she snaps, before getting out and slamming my door. She stalks off toward the entrance, muttering under her breath. And you've been getting nosebleeds for how long? Dr. Pat asks.
A while,
She answers. She kicked up a huge fuss when I refused to leave, and I was curious as to why, so had refused to leave the room. She's only given vague answers whenever he's asked any questions, which is beginning to annoy me. Answer his questions, I snap at her, forcing my aura out over her, and she shudders before blurting out an answer.
4 years.
Does she have any resistance to your aura? She answered the question rather quickly, Doc asks, and I can see the concern in his eyes as he peers down at her. I shake my head. I barely used my aura. Even Valerian would have been able to fight what I just used. But there was no resistance from Everly, like her own doesn't exist at all. Her blood pressure is low, very low. She's also underweight, the doctor says, looking over the top of his clipboard at me. He's been running tests non-stop while his assistant takes notes. What about unusual bruising? He asks, and she shakes her head. I shove my aura out. She growls and jolts in her seat.
Yes.
She spits through gritted teeth before glaring at me. Any at the moment? I raise an eyebrow at her, about to use my aura, but she blurts out an answer before I have to.
Yes, my ribs.
Can I see?
I would rather you didn't.
Everly, remove your shirt or I'll do it for you, I warn her.
Can't you make him leave? What about confidentiality? Or is that not practiced in this pack?
She spits at the doctor. You're his mate. He has every right to be here, being the alpha. I am sorry, Luna.
I am not your damn Luna,
she says, and I growl at her. Everly rolls her eyes before tugging her shirt off. I was not expecting to see her so purple and blue. Her skin across her ribs looks like she's been beaten. Red and purple blotches cover her ribs and back.
See? Must be low iron. See? Just my ribs,
she says before she starts to pull her shirt on. I snatch it from her, standing up and spinning her to the doctor, who also gasps.
What are you doing?
Your back is worse than your ribs, I snap at her, and she looks under her arms, twisting, trying to see. This bruising comes and goes? She doesn't answer, as she's too busy inspecting herself.
What?
She asks, looking up at the doctor. Does this bruising remain or come and go? She chews her lip nervously. Everly, I ask. She scowls and her tongue pokes the side of her cheek as she looks at the ceiling for a second.
It stays,
she murmurs before looking at the doctor, who's actually looking at me. I'm confused. What? I ask, and Everly hastily tugs her top on, covering herself. It's infidelity markings. The more people the mate is with, the more it affects the bond, the doctor says. I haven't been with anyone since finding her, I tell him, horrified. That may be so, but how many have you been with since Everly knew you were her mate? He looks at Everly in question.
I've known he was my mate for just over 4 years now,
she answers, and my stomach drops. I knew that, but to count how many times I had sex in that time? I swallow, looking at the doctor. Those are from me? I ask, and he nods. They're called a taint or infidelity marks. Every time you are with someone, it taints the bond. Everly is your bond. Therefore, it taints her. They are apparently quite painful, but if it has been 4 years, she probably has a good pain threshold for it now. Be more like a normal bruise. Except, it scars the bond. But it will go away, right? I ask, not wanting to be the blame for her remaining permanently disfigured like that. Yes, after a while. Quicker if you mark her. As long as you remain only with her, of course. He leans forward and pauses, bracing his hands on his knees, and sighs. Your bond is toxic, and it is essentially poisoning her. Eventually, he pauses for a moment. Please don't take this the wrong way, Alpha, but you have been with a lot of women for her body to be deteriorating at such a rate. Most of the time, this is the reaction of a rejected bond, and in the advanced stages. What do you mean? She's dying, Alpha. At this rate, it could be only a couple of years. especially if you keep sleeping with other women. You will kill the bond, and in turn, kill her. Everly gasps.
But wait, people live like this for decades, not years.
She glances at me.
I've researched it.
Yes, but you're a rogue and also young. I haven't seen this sort of deterioration in a patient before. Given Alphanovel's reputation with other women, I am afraid you are deteriorating more quickly than most I have seen, which explains your lack of aura. Also, all your other symptoms. So how do we fix it? I ask, desperately, still feeling sick. You mark and mate her. Remain close to build the bond. Bonds are fragile, Alpha. They're supposed to be taken care of, not abused, he says, glancing away. It was like being punched in the gut. So I did this? I did all of this? I nod, but Everly is shaking her head.
No, we will find another way,
Everly says. There is no other way. I am marking you, and that's final. Doc clears his throat, and I look over at him. May I make a suggestion?
Yes, please,
Everly says and huffs. I understand, Everly, you don't want him to mark you. That is, unfortunately, the bond. It hurts. I get it. I get that betrayal is unforgivable, and you've been living with this a long time, clearly. What the fuck is he doing? Doc looks at me before frowning. Maybe if you mark him until you are comfortable accepting the bond, it will help strengthen it and slow down the deterioration. But eventually, he will have to mark you. No, I'll just mark her and be done with it, I say. Alpha, I don't recommend forcefully marking her. You need to understand that you doing that could hurt her more. But you just said... He scrubs a hand down his face. I know what I said, but your bond has been weakened. Unless Everly wants you to mark her, you could make her worse. You need to remember, you being with another woman was basically like rejecting her repeatedly. The bond is damaged. You need to repair it before forcefully marking her. You marking her will not only make her hate you, but may shock her system. What if she never lets me mark her? We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I would like to reschedule for a month's time, he says, and I nod. Everly also inclines her head slowly. I'm relieved she agreed. Maybe hearing this scared her. It petrifies me. I just found her and may lose her, all because I was an idiot. I make myself feel sick. I reschedule her appointment and see Doc and his assistant out, while Everly waits in the living room. When I return, I find her staring out the window. Everly? She nods, turning around before walking toward me.
We should head back,
She states, about to move past me when I grab her.
We need to get back.
She looks like she's on the verge of tears. I know you hate me, but please, just mark me.
I'll think about it. Come on.
She moves to step away, but I shove her, pressing her against the wall. She struggles, trying to push me away. I know I did this. Let me fix it, I snap at her.
Valen,
She growls, which sounds more like a purr than any threat. No, you aren't leaving my apartment until you mark me. Stop being stubborn. I know I fucked up, but don't let me be the reason you die. Think of Valerian. Hate me, but fucking mark me. Don't kill yourself because of me, I scream at her, before shoving my aura over her. I use a little too much and she cowers away from me, making my heart twist painfully in my chest. I drop it before resting my head on her shoulder. My breathing is heavy, along with my anger. However, it isn't aimed at her, but at myself.
just take me home.
You want me to beg? I will fucking beg, I tell her before dropping to my knees. I don't care how stupid it is. I'll do it. Whatever she asks, I will do it. Please, if not for yourself, do it for Valerian. Don't leave him because of me. Don't do that to our son, I plead, before it becomes too much. I couldn't live with the guilt if I killed her. I couldn't. I bury my face in my hands, utterly ashamed of what I've put her through. I did this. I did this to her. I made her hate me. I ruined our bond. I can't remember the last time I cried, but this news is gut-wrenching. I can't take it, knowing I did this. The guilt weighs too heavily, and I know I would never be able to live with myself if she died because of me. I feel her fingers brush through my hair, making me glance up to see her eyes brimming with tears.
"For Valerian,"
she whispers, and I nod. "Please," I tell her, gripping her legs, and she nods before looking away.
I wasn't expecting the answer I received from the doctor. I wasn't even aware the bond could be damaged. Sure, I was used to the pain, but to know he hurt our bond? Nothing about the bond felt weaker to me. I still feel for Valen despite not wanting to, still crave him despite hating everything about him. I just want to go home and snuggle my son, smell his scent, and let him soothe my racing mind. Yet, the way Valen is looking at me, I can see his fear clearly etched onto his face, can see how much the doctor's words scared him as he presses his face into my neck. Valen finally understands the weight of his actions, and I can tell the burden is heavy for him to carry. His grip on my arms is tight, like he thinks I'm about to drop dead before his eyes. My heart twists painfully in my chest with the way his voice cracks as he speaks.
"You want me to beg? I will fucking beg,"
Valen tells me before dropping to his knees. He clutches my legs, and if the wall wasn't behind me, I would have toppled over. I can feel his warm breath caress the skin under my blouse where it rode up. I feel the shake of his shoulders. He's falling apart. I know I shouldn't feel bad for him after everything he's done, and maybe it's the bond, but the way he's speaking tells me he knows the pain of losing a mother, even if he didn't know her. I wonder what sort of man he would be if she raised him. Would he be the mate I needed him to be? The father he needed to be for our son? Most of all, I wonder if I can ever forgive him, even if it's only for Valerian.
"Please, if not for yourself, do it for Valerian. Don't leave him because of me. Don't do that to our son,"
He chokes out, and before I can stop myself, I run my fingers through his hair, wanting to soothe the agony I can hear bleeding into his voice. "For Valerian," I whisper, the words not sounding my own as I think of my son, the person in this world that holds all my broken pieces together, the child I carried to term, the child I raised and loved from birth, the one person who loves me back.
"Please,"
Valen begs, and I glance down at him to see him staring up at me. I tear my gaze away. I promised myself I could do it on my own, and I feel like doing this means I'm giving in, tossing away everything I worked so hard for. But I won't toss my life away. I can't bear the thought of Valerian being in this world alone without me.
"Everly?"
Valen whispers, and I look down at the man on his knees, hanging on to me like he can somehow put me back together if he squeezes hard enough. I watch his eyes brim with tears, and my hand moves from his hair to cup his face on instinct. His stubble is rough against my palm, and I brush away a stray tear when he blinks and it spills over.
"I'll do anything, but don't make him grow up without a mom,"
Valen whispers. His lip quivers as he leans into my hand before kissing my palm. Sparks dance across it. I bite my lip and look away from the broken man before me. "I mark you. That doesn't mean you own me, and you don't force my hand," I say.
"I promise,"
he says, pulling away. I snort, my own tears spilling when I look back down, and he's holding out his pinky.
"I'll even pinky promise."
"You know you can't break one of those. They're sacred." I chuckle. He nods before standing, and I look up at him. You won't use your alpha voice on me? You won't mark me unless I let you? I ask him, but he shakes his head.
I won't promise to not mark you. I won't watch you wither away because you're too stubborn. I won't let you get to that point, Everly, so don't ask me to promise you that. Ask for anything else but that.
But if I mark you, you can just turn around and do the same, I tell him.
I won't. I won't promise never to do it, but I can promise you not today, though.
He asks, and I sigh. He holds his pinky up and wiggles it, and I roll my eyes.
I promise to make it up to you. I promise to not use my alpha voice on you anymore if you promise to mark me before we leave this apartment.
I chew my lip while considering what to do. But he's right. I would be killing myself out of stubbornness if I refuse. And if I refuse, he'll probably mark me anyway and take his chances.
Everly?
Valen says, pressing closer so his chest presses against mine. He holds his pinky up, and I feel my lips try to tug at the corners over the silly little thing I have with Valerian. Okay, I tell him, gripping it with mine. Valen lets out a breath and dips his face toward mine. I press further into the wall I'm caged against. His nose skims across my cheek to my ear. My heart thumps erratically in my chest at what I agreed to.
Thank you,
he whispers next to my ear. His scent overwhelms my senses, and I lean into him, soaking up his scent and inhaling deeply. I feel his hand slip into my hair, and a shiver runs up my spine as he turns his head, offering me his neck.
Please, Everly, just claim me. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. Just do it,
he murmurs, and I suck in a deep, shaky breath. I can do this, sure, but at the same time, I hate giving him the wrong idea. Yet my mouth starts watering at his intoxicating scent, overwhelming the part of me that's denying him, and I feel my canines slip from my gums before sinking them into his neck. Valen grips my hair and presses so close I can feel every hard line of muscle that remains hidden beneath his shirt. My teeth sink in deeply, and warmth blooms in my chest before I feel the tether binding him to me snap in place. Valen shudders against me, and his emotions slam into me like he just slapped me. Guilt, overwhelming guilt, so strong I nearly choke on it. Yet also immense relief that I marked him. I'm not sure what to think as my teeth pull from his skin and I run my tongue across the mark, sealing it. Valen doesn't let me go. Instead, he leans against me, pressing his weight into me. His face turns toward me. Then he leans down and presses his forehead against mine.
Now, you own me,
he whispers before glancing at my blood-smeared lips. He moves his hand, cupping my face before brushing his thumb across my bottom lip and wiping his blood off.
Now you have my heart, and it's your choice whether or not you break it. But please don't,
he murmurs. I move my hand to the center of his chest. I can feel his heart thumping beneath it rapidly, like a hummingbird's wings fighting against stormy winds, and he sucks in a deep breath at my touch. Don't make me have to, I tell him before looking away. Valen nods, dropping his head on my shoulder and inhaling my scent as he presses his face into the crook of my neck. I have to fight the reaction my body has when his breath sweeps over where his mark should be laid. Every part of me urges me toward him and makes me want to curl up on his lap and let him hug away the 5 years of pain. Let him fill the void that was caused by him. However, I know that's the bond speaking, and that his emotions are bleeding into me as if they were my own. We should get back to Valerian, I tell him, and he nods before stepping back.